Let me tell you how I went into my day today. I looked at all the mainstream media headlines, and they were all blasting President Trump before his meeting with Putin, this big meeting. I want you to see some of these headlines. They basically said, don't do this, right? New York Times, just sitting down with Trump, Putin comes out ahead. They didn't want him sitting down in the first place. The Washington Post writes Trump is now repaying Putin for helping him win the presidency. That's an op-ed there. Bloomberg, it goes on. You get the idea. In other words, the mainstream media did not want this meeting to happen. And I had really hoped I could say that they were wrong. I thought that maybe I could, at this moment in time, say they were wrong, because this was an opportunity for our president to get up there on stage and look Vladimir Putin in the eye and say, you're not going to mess with us again. But he didn't. In fact, he basically said he didn't buy what his own intelligence community was telling him. This was clearly not his best performance. He's done a whole lot better than this. He should have defended us. He should have defended his own intelligence community. Or just don't take the meeting. Don't go to Helsinki if you can't look the guy in the eye and tell him what's what. You know, here's the question, by the way, that somebody ought to have prepped our president on. He ought to have known this one was coming, and he ought to have thought long and hard about how to answer it. Roll the tape.
Just now, President Putin denied having anything to do with the election interference in 2016. Every U.S. intelligence agency has concluded that Russia did. My first question for you, sir, is who do you believe? My second question is, would you now, with the whole world watching, tell President Putin, would you denounce what happened in 2016, and would you warn him to never do it again?
So let me just say that we have two thoughts. You have groups that are wondering why the FBI never took the server. Why haven't they taken the server? Why was the FBI told to leave the office of the Democratic National Committee? With that being said, all I can do is ask the question. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be.
Whoa. And then it gets worse. He takes suddenly a sharp left turn and starts going back to the whole Hillary Clinton thing. Here we go.
Where are those servers? They're missing. Where are they? What happened to Hillary Clinton's emails? 33,000 emails gone, just gone. I think in Russia they wouldn't be gone so easily. I think it's a disgrace that we can't get Hillary Clinton's 33,000 emails. So I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today.
I don't get it. All of your intelligence agencies are telling you that the Russians interfered in our election. Now, big difference between them interfering and them actually having any kind of effect. There's also a big difference, huge difference, in them interfering and the Trump campaign colluding. Two separate things. But when everyone is in agreement that they did interfere, and somehow you're up there on the world stage suggesting otherwise, suggesting that, in fact, Vladimir Putin may be telling the truth and your own team isn't, what has happened?